In 1875, while Wyatt Earp was Marshal of Wichita, many Indian tribes like the Comanches, the Apaches, and the Sioux had refused to make peace with the United States government. This warfare was to reach its climax a year later when the Sioux and their allies massacred General George Custer and his men in the Battle of the Little Bighorn. But for many months prior to this tragedy, renegades were selling contraband rifles to the unpacified tribes.
Marshal Earp?
Yes, sir.
Captain Benteen, the 7th Cavalry.
Oh. What can I do for you, sir?
Well, here's a message from 2 Indian friends of yours. The Indian carrying it was wounded. Our patrol found him.
Oh, it's for Mr. Brother and Mr. Cousin. Sit down.
Thank you.
They've been very good friends.
We feel the same way about them, Mr. Earp. We've used them as scouts. Now they've been nabbed by the Hoss Daggett gang, if we've read the message right.
The Daggetts operate in Oklahoma territory, don't they? Wasn't the Army doing something about this?
Well, we've signed peace treaties with the Cheyennes, the Pawnees, and the Osage. Washington doesn't want us to go into Oklahoma territory with troops. The Indians would resent it.
But it's all right for me to go in there, huh?
Well, that's why I'm here. The general wants to deputize you as a United States Marshal. Now, you'll need a good posse. The Daggetts never have less than 50 guns in their outfit. Now, this is merely an official request, not an order, Mr. Earp. Of course, if you feel that you lack the experience...
Captain, when you have friends that are in trouble, you try and help them. I was just wondering why Daggett grabbed them.
Well, we don't know, except that it must be big medicine. Hoss Daggett isn't holding the brother of Yellow Hand and the cousin of many battles without a very serious reason.
Well, Hoss is liable to get himself scalped.
Well, I'm glad you realize this isn't any 10-teepee affair, Mr. Earp. Your friends may have extremely valuable information. Also, we can't have Yellow Hand in many battles on the warpath. But, as I said, if you feel that a man with more experience...
No, I'll go. You got the paper deputizing?
Right here. The government will pay for your posse and all necessary expenses.
Good. I'll go tonight.
That soon? Well, the general's usually right. He says that when 2 smart Indians appeal to a white man for help, they usually pick the best one they know. Good luck, Mr. Earp.
Thank you, Captain.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Bring that back.
Oh, come on, Doc. Get out of the way, will you? These are heavy.
I know it's heavy. It's valuable, too. Set her down there, Wyatt. I want to talk to you.
Oh, now, come on. We've been through this before.
Yeah, I know. You're a pretty fast talker, Wyatt. I must say, the more I think about your idea, the less I like it.
What's going on, Doc? Moving?
Moving, he says. No, but I might as well be moving. I let this crazy man talk me out of $850 of good, fresh medicines.
Well, sounds like a story here. Well,
It's nothing for publication. It's a government job. I'm taking this medicine into the Oklahoma territory.
He's not only committing suicide, he admits it.
come on, let's hear it.
All right, Mr. Brother and Mr. Cousin are in trouble.
Who?
Well, they're 2 Indian friends of mine, and they got themselves nabbed by the Hoss Daggett gang.
Well, why all the medicine?
I'm going to go in there disguised as a patent medicine doctor. It's the only way I can get into the Daggett camp.
Pretty risky to try and save 2 Indians.
I not only lose my medicine, but I also lose my good and former friend Wyatt Earp.
Oh, don't give me that stuff. You know this hogwash isn't worth a cent, and you know it. All the drug houses send them free samples.
Only 5% of free samples. Besides, who's going to believe you're a doctor?
You know, you look terrible.
I feel terrible. Well, stop that. That's the way he hypnotized me into agreeing to do this thing in the first place.
Don't move, friend. This is your lucky day. Yes, sir, come in a little closer. Now, this is your lucky day, sir, because I am going to give you absolutely free 1 large-size bottle of Dr. Livermore's kidney remedy. Oh, now, don't thank me, sir. No, sir. After all, I always say, what's money compared to a happy kidney? Oh, if I can save you, sir, what's the rest of it?
If I can save you, I will not have passed this way in vain.
Oh, yeah, if I can save you, I would have not have passed this way in vain.
That's good, Wyatt.
It would be very funny if it weren't so tragic. I've written columns about the Daggetts, Wyatt. They're real bad people.
That's right. You tell him.
If you must go, take a posse.
Oh, no posse.
What did those Indians ever do to justify your risking your life?
Well, they tracked Bill and Ben Thompson in the bushwhacker country near Ellsworth for me. They risked their lives.
I can hire Indians to track anybody anywhere for $5.
I ain't gonna let you do it, Wyatt.
Well, there's nothing you can do to stop me. Well, sir, I've been deputized as United States Marshal, and I have the authority to seize any supplies that I deem necessary for the performance of my duty.
So you're gonna beat me down with words again, huh?
Well, look, why don't you just consider it as a loan? If I have to sell any of that stuff to make it look legitimate, well, you'll be getting all the proceeds. That is, of course, providing that, as you say, that medicine is harmless.
What? Why, I'll take a dose out of each and every one of these bottles. It's 90% grain alcohol. Get me a spoon.
Never mind, I take your word for it. What's in the other 10%?
It's calomel and quinine. It won't cure anybody, but it won't kill them either.
Come on, let's get on with our loading. You want to help, Mr. Murdoch?
Wouldn't dare say no.
Be careful of the way you handle that one. It's full of laudanum.
Full of what?
Laudanum. It's a sleeping potion. Drop that and the whole county will go to sleep.
Well, that's good to know. Hey, how do I distinguish it?
You distinguish it by the white line on the outside of the box. And on the inside, the bottles are labeled Dr. Poster's Insomnia Remedy.
Well, I can't leave that one behind.
You ain't leaving anything behind.
Brother still feel bad?
Yes, stomach.
Why don't he try some of the whiskey?
Too sick. Mr. Daggett, you let me go for a doctor.
Oh, I've already sent for one. It's a long trip. First you get the misery's cousin, and now brother. You know, a suspicious man who wasn't your friend might think you were fooling.
No, true.
Time's awful short. You're holding up a big deal on them rifles. Anything wrong with the deal, cousin?
You say, go north. Talk to Sitting Bull. Tell Sitting Bull you have many rifles.
Good rifles, Winchesters.
But Sitting Bull, friend with my cousin, many battles. He is friend with his brother, Yellowhead. But Sitting Bull, not your friend, Mr. Daggett.
We've been over all that before. I never cheated Sitting Bull. If he bought cheap trade guns that blew up, he didn't buy them from me.
Sioux people angry. You cheat them, I pay. He pay.
I told you the rifles are good.
You show me rifles, Mr. Daggett.
You calling me a liar?
No. I asked to see rifles 2-3 days now, I ask.
How do I know you'll go through with your part of the deal? You might tell the soldiers.
We are too. Long way from our people. You have many fighter. We don't want to die.
All right, I'll show you the rifles.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Ain't you Doc Sybil?
Old friend, name's Dr. Turner, but I'd be very happy to help all of you.
You carry Madam Porter's female tincture?
Madam Porter's tincture?
Yeah.
No, I got the elixir, but not the tincture. Oh. Your wife in a dilapidated condition?
No wife, Doc.
Oh.
Let me see the elixir.
You want to see the elixir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, friend. I got everything here you need. You got to open the boxes, though.
Huh.
I got to keep them clothes banging around there in the road a little bit. There.
Sure.
Let's see here. Ah, here we are, first try. Got a lot of boxes there. I think you'll like it.
This is strong as a tincture?
Oh, it's much more powerful. Yes, sir, friend. That's 90% pure grain alcohol.
Well, give her a taste.
It'll cost you 50 cents, Fred.
In advance?
Oh, I'm not running a charity here. No, sir, friend.
Well, it better be good.
Yeah, thank you.
That's fine.
I knew you'd like it.
I'll try one.
I'll be very happy. I've got more in advance, man. Oh, I got a lot in advance. Well, anyway, I've been thinking of heading in the Oklahoma territory.
Understand they got, well, quite a spell of the collar morbus in the nation.
Yep. Got to spell the Daggets, too.
The Daggets, what's that?
Old man Horse Daggett and his crowd.
They sound like outlaws.
I'm a great respecter of you traveling doctors. That's why I'm warning you. Stay wide of the Daggets.
Where do they hang out?
Over in the drag-out section, just over the line. You ought to go straight to Wewoka on the Cherokee Trail.
I sure will, friend. I'm not looking for any trouble. And I sure do thank you for warning me. Well, I guess I better be getting on.
Stop him!
Oh!
Hold up! Who are you?
I'm Dr. Turner. I'm selling medicines.
Just a patent medicine peddler.
So he says. Better take him in for Hoss to look at.
That's a nice team of horses he's driving.
Yeah.
You better be what you claim to be, Doc. Old man Daggett don't like to be lied to. Come on, get him going.
I hope you get real sick. Go on, help yourself.
Hey, cut it out. This one's mine.
Oh, no, we matched for first pick. Turn loose of that horse. Turned if I will.
Next time, I'll put one through your skull. Now water them horses good and tie them up. They're mine.
What do you call yourself? I'm Dr. Turner.
Daggett's the name. Horse Daggett. Ain't you got no better sense than to drive that dry gulch after dark?
No, I guess not.
Well, it's not bad stuff, Doc.
Quit that! You might be drinking poison, you fools. Go on, clear out of here. We're not as bad as we're made out.
Well, that's real nice to know.
If you're a real doctor and you just strayed in here by mistake, you can have your team back. And I'll make the boys pay for the medicine they took.
Sounds fair enough.
Why, sure. I gotta be awful careful, Doc. See, I'm kind of like your patients. I hanker to keep on living.
I can't say I blame you for that.
Speaking of patients, I've got a sick friend on my hands. He's got miseries in his stomach.
Maybe I can help him.
Of course, you can't never tell about Injuns. Fella might be faking.
Your friend Indian? Sorry, that lets me out.
How's that?
Don't like Indians, I won't treat them.
Yeah? Well, you're gonna like this one. And you're gonna doctor him. I do a lot of business with Injuns, Doc. Get up. My friend's in the shack. He's got a pal with him. You're paying a call, Doc.
I'll pay it. I'm not gonna like it.
What's wrong with him?
Cholera morbus, I think. Can't be appendix. Stomach's not rigid. I better go get some medicines.
You sure he ain't just putting on?
Look, like I told you, I don't like Indians, but this one's sick.
How sick?
Well, I don't know. What do you expect, a complete prognosis in 2 minutes?
Take it easy, Doc. I just want for brother to get well. We've got a deal pending on it.
Well, I don't care nothing about your deal, but if you want this man back up on his feet, you're going to have to do like I tell you.
Sure, Doc. Sure.
Now, just let me get my medicines.
Guard, sleep. All sleep except men on outposts.
Good. Now, Mr. Brother, not really sick, huh?
Nehe, ne.
Si Simmons. Napikon Epsikaupi.
He says he knew our friend Mr. Earp would come. He's happy.
Sigapi?
Sikaupi.
Sikaupi.
Sikaupi. Sistu iu, it's gone dagat waganasi.
He wants to know when we kill Daggett. Get away from here.
Well, you tell him I haven't worked out a plan yet. But he should still play sick, but not so sick. And that
When Daggett comes, he should stand up but not be able to walk. You understand?
Ate te bialto baka haitso Daggett piano.
Piano. Mosti kaupi stisma nama.
He wants to know where your gun at.
You tell him I got him hid in the wagon. And you also tell him we can't shoot our way out of here. There are too many men. We'll have to use some kind of trick.
Nagalim bakaldo. Legentraisen waganasi.
Waganasi. I'm going to try and get some shut-eye. I'll be back first thing come sunup. You men try and get some sleep.
Tehome.
Tehome.
My good friends. Hey, Doc. What you doing? None of your business. You must know I'm trying to find the right drug for your Indian friend. You men sure mess things up.
I don't need to get sore, Doc. How is brother?
Well, he's improving. Just let me alone. I think I could get him cured in a few days.
All right, Doc. I'll turn in. That's how much I trust you.
You better trust me. Another 6 hours delay, and brother had been a dead Indian.
Gosh, Doc. Thanks. Good night. Doc in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
Hey, he does feel better. I told you he did. Come on. Sit up. See if you can walk.
Awful weak.
But we thank you for bringing good doctor. We make deal.
Good. How soon will brother be able to ride a horse? Couple days.
Not soon enough. Yanehe. But we could travel north in wagon with good doctor.
You could, but you won't.
Hey, that's a good idea.
It's no idea at all. In the first place, I don't travel with Indians. In the second place, I'm heading south, not north.
You're heading where I say, Doc. Brother and cousin have important business north.
Ah, don't be stupid. I'm not going to go...
Shut up, Doc. Might be a lot simpler if you fellas took that wagon without him.
No. Mr. Brother too sick. May need doctor. We wait.
Oh, no. We've wasted too much time already. Doc will go with you. I'll send a couple of boys along to make him behave.
Good. We start.
Giving you a break, Doc. Brother and cousin get to where they're going, you can have your team and wagon. If you act real nice, you'll still be alive. Thanks. All right, let's get brother in the wagon.
No.
All right, fellas, get that blanket fixed. Help brother in that wagon.
Come on, brother. Up you go. Whoop.
Jack, you ride inside. Ollie, ride your horse as an outside guard. Cousin, you'll drive. Doc will ride up front with you. Go on, get in the wagon. Don't worry about Doc. If he gives you any trouble, Jack will give him a good pistol whipping.
Doctor's smart man, Mr. Daggett. He knows this only way he stay alive.
What's the matter with you?
I just want a drink. Do you mind? It's 90% alcohol.
Just one. That's enough. Get him out of here. Ho!
Daggett thought he got my only bottle. Well, here's the horse Daggett.
No, you don't. Give me that. Smells like good liquor.
Hey, hold it up there. Hey, Jack, give me a drink of that.
You don't want none of this. Smells better than it tastes.
I'll be the judge of that. Gimme.
Come on, give it back. You don't want to get drunk on the job. I'll tell Hoss. Give me that pot.
All right.
Come on, let's get going. We got a long way to go.
Come on. Push it. That laudanum worked.
He sleep nice.
Slow down. I want to take care of Ollie. Stop.
I gotta catch that horse. Why you not shoot horse?
Never did nothing to me. Neither did him. Come on. Let's get him off the wagon. So, brother. Take his gun, Matt. All right, get him going.
That's Ollie's horse. Something's happened, men. Let's go.
Come on.
Why, those dirty double-crossing red rattlers. They must have been in cahoots with that Doc all the time. Doc and the Indians! Kill him!
We can't outrun him. What can we make a fight?
Up gully, we shoot from rocks.
Go ahead and turn him.
Get down.
Doc! Doc! You and them Indians, come out with your hands up!
All right, they don't think we're going to fight. Let them work in close, and then start shooting slow and steady.
You not shoot?
No, this is going to be your fight.
We thank you.
Let them have it.
This one's mine. Bueno. Let his men carry him away. I think we can go the rest of the way at a slow trot. Come on.
Captain, brother, cousin, you all right? We got a report of gunfire across the line. Was that you?
Yeah, we had a little run-in with the Daggett gang. They're camped in a dry gulch down their ways.
They have many rifles they plan to sell.
Sell where?
Up north, Sitting Bull.
Thank you. That's all we need to know. Good job, Marshal Earp.
Wanted to get rid of Marshal Wyatt Earp. Men were hired to shoot him, and they failed. Earp had been out of town, and a crooked gambler by the name of Keno McGee had taken advantage of his absence to achieve some very profitable results. When the cat's away, mice will play.
Get out of here! No picture!
Set it up. I don't want any trouble with you, Murdoch. But you newspaper guys got no business taking pictures of my place. What are you hiding, Keno? What's the sense of you and me arguing? I got a license from the marshal's office to open. Sure, while Marshal Earp is out of town. You couldn't have gotten it when he was here. Pete Dahlgren is deputy while Earp's away. Now take your complaints to him. Don't bother me. Go ahead, take it. Hey, you, none of that! Wait. You have a public license. I want a picture of what a crooked gambling place looks like. Go ahead and take it. Give me that plate! Come on, take it back. Camera busted! Hold it! Hold it, Mac! Hold it! Hold it! That's Marshal Rip. Go on inside.
The rest of you men, break it up. Go on, move.
What took you so long? You said you'd be gone only 10 or 12 days.
I'll tell you about that later. Now, what's going on here?
I want Keno's place closed. I want you to take back his license.
Oh, no, Mr. Murdoch. We just kind of lost our tempers, that's all.
Your name's Keno?
Keno McGee. And Pete Doggan, your deputy, gave me permission to open this place. But Murdoch here...
Shut up. Things have been happening in your office while you were away. You better look into them and look into them fast, or I'll have a story to write you might not like. See you later. Thanks. That camera cost me $300. Isn't all paid for yet.
You say my chief deputy gave you permission to open?
Pete Doggan, while you were down in Oklahoma territory. Murdoch doesn't like me. It's a case of personal prejudice. If you don't believe it, just ask Pete.
I will. Now, Mr. McGee, you got a good corner here. The saloon has always made money. You just keep your nose clean.
Oh, hello, Marshal. We missed you around here.
Yeah, I missed you, too. What do you got?
He's got a shipment of new cards. Got to change them every now and then.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's hard to keep 52 of them in the same deck. That's what causes a lot of trouble in Wichita.
Which brings you to your point. I mean, you want something. You didn't just come in and chin with me.
All right. You know all the saloon keepers and gamblers in Wichita. What do you know about Keno McGee?
Sometimes I think you don't like me.
Why do you say that?
Because every time you ask me a question, it's one I could get shot for answering.
Well, you'll be waving goodbye to a lot of people around here, so don't let it worry you. Now, we're talking about Keno.
Must have been a one-sided conversation. But if you have to know, I ran across him in Dodge a few years ago, before I ever had a place of my own. As a matter of fact, he asked me to work for him as a dealer. Thought I'd be a novelty.
Go on.
They were fixing to run him out of Dodge at that time.
Man's got to be a pretty bad boy to be run out of Dodge. Crooked gambling?
Oh, lots of reasons. Blackmail, payoffs. He don't stop anywhere.
Sounds like a nice, pleasant fellow.
That's why I wish you wouldn't ask me those kind of questions. Because people like Keno don't stop anywhere.
Well, don't worry, Miss Kate.
Don't worry.
I didn't know the right thing to do about Keno. You was off to Oklahoma territory helping your Indian friends. I just had to use my own best judgment, Wyatt.
Did Mr. Murdoch tell you that Keno's application for a license had been turned down once before?
Yes, he did. But they've been enemies for years. The way I got it, Keno tried to buy the mortgage on the Eagle, put Murdoch out of business. But that's ancient history, Wyatt.
How long has he been operating?
Opened a week ago Thursday, about 10 days.
Any trouble so far?
No, sir. Sam Renfro knows the man better than I do, but both Sam and I agreed that the man was entitled to a license.
No, I'm not asking you to explain anything, Pete. It's just that this man's got a pretty bad reputation.
Well, if I did wrong, I'll get in a horse and start riding.
No, I don't think you did wrong. I think you did what you thought was right. You and the rest of the deputies have backed me to the limit so far, and I feel the same way about all of you. So let you and I keep our eye on Keno.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Oh, howdy, Sam. Oh, Pete, if you see Mr. Murdoch out there around, will you send him on over?
Murdoch's not here yet, huh?
No, not yet.
Hey, you must have had quite a showdown with that Daggett gang.
Well, I sure could have used you and that great left-handed shooting of yours.
Captain Benteen says you saved them 2 Indians from the happy hunting ground. You turned up a cache of 400 Winchesters. Daggett gang aimed to sell the Sitting Bull for whatever he's up to in Montana.
What's been happening around Wichita?
No grief. Just that row Pete must have told you about. You think it was a mistake to give Keno the license?
No, not exactly.
I'd close the fellow, Wyatt. Why take the risk? Murdoch's all riled up. You'll start a big hoorah.
Pete said you were in favor of the license.
I was. I said to him what I say to you. Keno's a real slimy character. But they haven't yet made that a reason why a man can't get a license. I'll tell you what I'd do, Wyatt.
Don't let me stop you, Sam.
Lucky you did, sir. Wyatt's my boss. I got no business telling him what to do. Excuse me.
Is that man a good officer?
He's the best hand with a gun I got. He's so brave, he scares me.
Oh, now, Wyatt.
Well, what's the news in Wichita?
A story I hope I won't have to print.
The city refuses to take any action on Keno McGee, huh? Look, Mr. Murdoch, if I tried to close Keno's place without any evidence, I'd be putting my chief deputy under suspicion.
And if I print that story, you and your whole staff will be under suspicion.
Go ahead and print it.
Wyatt, are you sure of your deputies?
What do you mean?
Do you trust them?
Like I trust myself. Well, I handpicked each one of those men. When I walk into trouble, like a bunch of drunken cowhands boasting that they're going to cut me down, all I got to do is give the word that I want 2 deputies to back me, and they'll be there. I don't even have to look around to see whether it's Sam, Pete, Ted, or Joe. I know they'll be there.
Oh, no, Wyatt. We're talking about different things.
Look, you're probably right about Keno McGee, but I'm not going to change Pete's decision unless Keno gets out of line.
Excuse me, Wyatt. Rowdy Kate wants to see you right away. But the way I got it was mighty important.
Thanks.
It's him, Miss Kate. It's the marshal.
Well, send him on up.
You can come up, Mr. Earp.
And close that door and don't try to listen.
Oh, no, Miss Kate.
Hello, Wyatt. I don't know why I let you get me all mixed up in your affairs. Maybe it's because you kissed me that day.
Oh, look, let's not go into that again. Besides...
I know. It was really me who kissed you.
Well, it's all been very pleasant. Now, why did you send for me?
You've done me several good turns, Wyatt, and I'm fond of you. You asked me a lot about Keno McGee. So now I can really tell you something.
What?
Have you heard that Keno McGee owns one of your deputies?
Well, I hate to think that, Miss Kate.
Well, could be barroom talk, but I've a hunch it's true.
Who? Well, come on, tell me. Which one of my deputies do you think Keno's bought?
Well, the way I heard it, it's Pete Dahlgren.
That's just a hunch based on spy talk. I don't think Pete'd take a bribe.
Well, he let McGee open. He knew that Murdoch hates Keno.
Well, Pete explained all of that to me, Miss Kate. But I thank you for your interest.
Wyatt, listen to me. It's only a gal's guess, but this gal has been around. If Keno did buy Pete, then he can work some kind of a dirty frame on you, right? Open your eyes, Wyatt. Protect yourself. Mildred?
Yes, Miss Kate, excuse me.
Now what is it?
Mr. Earp, Mr. Murdoch sent word he's waiting at your office.
Thank you. And don't worry. I'll be careful.
Well, glory, hallelujah. A man's taken my advice.
I had to send for you, Wyatt. What's the matter? Anonymous letter was waiting for me at my office. Read it.
Bribe money in Wyatt Earp's desk. Letting Keno McGee stay open. You think I had something to do with this?
Oh, don't be an idiot. It's like I've been trying to tell you. One of your deputies is framing you.
About $300 worth.
All right. Let's call in all of your deputies and face them with it.
First man to face with it is Keno.
That's exactly what he wants. Since you found the money in the desk, you'd have a hard time explaining yourself.
Our only chance to find the man who planted that money is to make Keno think his frame worked.
It's too risky, Wyatt. You lose your star. That would make Pete Dahlgren acting marshal. He's the one who helped frame you.
I don't believe that. If Pete did do it, I'll get him. But how can I accuse him or any of the other deputies? Well, what proof do I have?
Well, there's no proof.
All right. You take this money over to Keno and accuse him of bribing me.
Have him hauled before Judge Stewart.
That's right.
So he takes away your star and your guns.
Well, that's exactly what Keno wants, so let's play along with him.
You intend to move around this town without your guns?
Well, that's the law of Wichita.
Yes. Maybe you'll be stuck with it. And this is the money that Mr. McGee admits sending to Marshal Earp. I found the money in the marshal's desk.
But it ain't a bribe or anything like that, Your Honor. It's a free will contribution to the peace officers' Christmas fund.
Did Marshal Earp solicit this contribution?
Well, no, sir, he didn't. He just sort of hinted if I wanted to stay in business around here, I better pay up.
This is an astounding charge, Marshal Earp. Have you anything to say?
Nothing, Your Honor.
You realize this leaves the court no choice but to suspend you?
Yes, sir.
The court would like to state, for the benefit of the press, that it reserves judgment on Marshal Earp's guilt or innocence. Mr. Earp, you will be suspended for 1 week. If at the end of that period you have not offered a satisfactory explanation of the matter, you will be removed from office permanently. Court's adjourned.
And all I'm saying is, one of us framed Wyatt. I'm not going to take this.
Don't look at me. I had nothing to do with it.
You let Keno McGee open up.
You felt the same way I did about it. We both felt he at least had a right to open. I want to find out who sent that money. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Pete? You're acting marshal now.
I think we should all quit.
All right. I'm willing.
So am I.
No. Not all of you. Just one of you should quit.
Keno's thrown his bar wide open to celebrate. Free grub and drinks.
I'll pay him a visit.
No, I'll do that. Put those on, you might need them.
I can't. The judge suspended me.
Now, do you want to be legal or do you want to be dead? Keep those handy.
I'll have plenty of time to put them on after I find out who helped Keno in the deal.
I think I can find out.
Oh?
Now, you go to the hotel. Stay off the streets. Promise?
All right.
Now, wait here a second until I've got a good start for Keno's place.
You be careful.
You're the one who better be careful.
Come in, come in.
It's Rowdy Kate, boss. She wants to see you.
Well, bring her in.
Come in, Miss Kate.
Miss Kate, my darling, my competitor, but still my friend, I hope.
Sure, Keno. Pull that out for me since you're feeling like a gent tonight.
Well, it'd be a privilege. There you are, Kate.
Thank you. Well, Wyatt Earp got fired. Where's the champagne?
Champagne, the best in the house. Somebody told me that You and Earp used to be friends.
Used to be for about a week. What's the next move, boss?
No move. Why do you call me boss?
I didn't come here to play games. I want to stay in business. When do you really open up the town? Wild and woolly Wichita, like it used to be.
Not yet. Maybe soon.
Dahlgren's your man, isn't he?
I'm not talking yet.
I don't want to go swimming in this.
I'd fill a bathtub for you, sweetheart. You just say the word. Pete Dahlgren. Somebody shot him. Too bad. You better drink your champagne, Kate.
Oh, listen, Keno. I came here to talk business. Dahlgren was your man, wasn't he?
You want to know? The whole town wants to know. We'll tell you when the time comes.
But no freeze out.
You got no worries. Take it easy. You're one of us. There'll be a man around to collect.
Naturally.
Drink up, Kate.
How is he, Doc?
Pete was shot in the back by a left-handed man.
When will Dahlgren be able to tell us who shot him?
Don't be an idiot. Pete never knew what hit him. The fella snuck up behind him. Questioning Pete won't do any good. Pete's dead.
Sorry, Wyatt.
It's kind of rough when a man has to die to clear himself. You tell Mayor Hope that I want Sam Renfro named as acting marshal.
Yeah. Sure, I'll tell him.
Who is it?
Wyatt.
Sit down.
No. You hear about Pete?
I was with Keno when it happened. Who do you think killed him?
Oh, I wish I knew.
If they find out I'm mixed up in all of this, they'll come gunning for me. Wyatt, I'm scared.
What did Keno say when Pete was killed?
Just that it was too bad. Will you put on your guns?
Yeah.
Stay here?
I'll try and keep you from harm, you know that.
Wyatt, it was Sam Renfro.
What makes you say that?
I can add 2 and 2. Keno wouldn't deal until Pete was killed. Now he says a man will be around to collect for me every week.
I'm gonna get my guns. I'll be right back. You stay close to Mildred.
Thanks, Wyatt.
I'll send her right up.
Hey, Ted, you and Joe come in here and help me clean up this mess of paper. Ted, you hear me?
Sam, Keno said someone talked. He wouldn't say who, but word's around Earp's gone for his guns.
Tell Keno I'll be right down.
Yes, sir.
Who is it?
Sam Renfro. Open up. Give it to me straight. Who knows about me?
Wait a minute, Sam. Who you pushing around?
I said give it to me straight. Who'd you talk to?
Well, only Kate, but she agreed to pay. She's good people.
Good people. She's one of Wyatt's best friends, you fool.
If that man's coming to shoot us, why don't we run out of here?
It's only been a few minutes. Why? It'll come.
Yes, but what if Mr. Earp don't get here first? What then? That's him. It ain't Mr. Earp. Don't you go to that door, please.
Wyatt?
Yes? Sam just killed Keno McGee. I think he's on his way over here.
Oh, good Lord.
You clear out, Mildred. He's not after you.
No, sir. I stay with Miss Kate.
All right. Then you get over against that wall. Miss Kate, when he comes, you open the door, then you flatten yourself against that wall. All right, remember, keep back against the wall. Shh.
Who is it?
Marshal Renfro, Miss Kate. Open up.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Sam. You go for that gun, I'll break both your arms. That means the left one first. Just like you shot Pete in the back.
You're not that good.
And are you willing to state that you dictated this confession and signed it of your own free will? You're charged with the murder of Keno McGee. Also, the murder of Chief Deputy Dalton on the streets of Wichita. You will be remanded to jail and held there for trial. Take him away.
Judge, I won't be safe in jail. As soon as this courtroom's cleared, it's just a matter of time until some mob breaks in here to get me. I won't be safe, Judge.
You'll be safe, Your Honor. No lynch mob's going to get to him. The other deputies and I'll see to that. If I had wanted to take his life, I'd have taken it when he tried to murder Miss Kate. He's worried about a mob. Well, I wonder if he's also worried about the fact that he blackened the good name of a fellow worker and then murdered him. I wonder if he's worried about the fact that Miss Kate's still alive and that he was stopped before he could kill me. No, Mr. Renfro. There are other things more important than mobs. But don't you worry. I'm not going to let a lynch mob get you. You can rest assured of that. No. I want you to stand before this court and be legally tried and sentenced to hang. I've never asked that penalty before. But in the case of Sam Renfro, I believe it to be just and fair. I thank Your Honor for hearing me out.
Theater in 1875 was almost as rough and tough as the Frontier Saloon. Wyatt Earp, as Marshal of Wichita, found himself saddled with the job of keeping order at the town's music hall, where all kinds of shows and all sorts of characters bid for popular favor. Usually the shows were pretty good, but usually the cowboy audiences were full of liquor and bad-tempered. Their response to the drama was simple and primitive. If they liked the show, they threw money on the stage. If they didn't like it, they started a riot. But in the case of Jeff Pruitt and his carnival honky-tonk,
Come on, girl. The rehearsal's over. The whole show's over. Don't worry about it. You've got no right to close my show, Earp.
it isn't a show.
You know nothing about it. You're a Johnny Law. You know show expert.
I know enough to know what you were running. Your girls are underpaid and they were rolling drunken cowhands.
That's a lie.
And the music hall's owned by this city. You're closed, Pruitt.
I fight with my fists. I don't wear guns with two deputies to protect me.
If that's the way you want it, I'll take them off.
Not now. I want to get you all alone, where nobody can save you from a beating.
Okay, you arrange that, Pruitt. You fix it up real soon. I'll take him and the girls to the hotel. Archie, put up that sign.
Hey, aren't you going to have them fined for putting on an off-color show?
No, our job is to keep cowhands from being robbed, not to protect their morals.
Wyatt,
We're going to have more trouble over at that music hall.
Jeff Pruitt?
No, it's that new company, the Harlow Players.
What's their problem?
Well, Harlow's been making the cowhands sore at him. Mr. Murdoch says you'd better come right away.
Show business. Had more trouble with the music hall than 10 saloons put together.
Now remember, my darling, a child's duty is to be honest, cheerful, and obedient.
Do I have to obey him, Mama? He is not my real papa.
Hush, my dear. You must obey Mr. Lash. I myself have vowed to love, honor, and obey him.
But he is cruel. He makes you cry.
The truth, from the lips of my own little girl. How could I have consented, in a moment of weakness, to marry Mr. Lash?
Well, you shouldn't have done it.
Hark! It is he. It is Mr. Lash.
Oh, Mama, I am afraid.
Do not be afraid.
So.
I find you whispering. What is it this time, Well, answer me.
Don't tell him nothing. If she tells on our little Mary, we're gonna...
It's too late for a subterfuge, Agatha. 1 hour ago, I intercepted a letter which this ungrateful child wrote to her maternal grandparents in Schenectady.
No.
Yes. Leave the room, Agatha.
Please, Mr. Lash, I beg of you.
Don't you leave, ma'am.
You stay with little Mary. I am your husband. Leave the room.
Heaven help us.
Now, you ugly little fiend. I'll teach you to write lies about me.
It is true. You are mean and cruel to my Mama.
Oh, indeed. Well, I can be meaner. I'll teach you what cruelly feels like. You have presumed to sneer at me. You have dared to write your maternal grandparents in Schenectady that I am a secret drunkard. You have spied upon me, you ungrateful child. Let me go! Thanks to this officer here.
I love my papa. I'm not crippled and he doesn't spank me in real life.
You go on in and finish your show. I'll see there's no more trouble. Come on, take him inside. Come on, get in. We've put on and suffered little children 100 times. I had no idea the audience here would react the way it did, Mr. Earp. Well, you ever been out west before? No. You just don't understand cowhands, Mr. Harlan. Just like other people, aren't they? Sure, when they're sober. Trouble is that most of them are never sober. You see, Wichita's the end of a long cattle drive for most of them, and they, well, their stay here is their one big holiday of the year. Oh, see. Now, before your show opened, I had a closing all-girls show. They probably resented that. What you're trying to say is I should have put on a more cheerful play. Yeah, I guess that's what I want to say. You see, they don't care much for villains. Well, then we're finished. How's that? I'm down to 2 sets. The one we used tonight and one for Death to the King. Most of tonight's audience demanded their money back. Oh. You got financial troubles, huh? I haven't told my wife, but they held our other sets and most of our costumes in Kansas City. Panic of 73 is still lurking in the wings, you know. Can't you put on the other play? I'm an even worse villain in that one.
Papa, can't Mama and I come in now?
Well, all right.
The dying swan, catch. Oh, it isn't proper. Papa should have caught me. You're a strange man.
Jeannie.
Don't scold her, hon. Jeannie's just putting that on, mister. She aimed herself straight at you.
Why, Papa, I did not.
Oh, it's all right, Jeannie. I like you, too. Well, Mrs. Harlow, your husband and I talked it over, and we decided you ought to put on Death to a King tomorrow night. Well, yes, we'll put on the King,
Won't that start another riot?
Well, I hope not. Anyway, my deputies and I will be on hand.
It seems I have no choice.
That's right. Our company's financially embarrassed and down to 2 cents. Papa doesn't think Mama knows, but we both know.
Jeannie.
That's all right. I've been broke a few times myself.
You won't let those cowhands hurt my papa, will you?
Jeannie, I give you my word of honor. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
The swooning princess.
Oh.
I fell right into the arms of the law.
You'd better fall right into the arms of Morpheus.
Yes, Mama. Good night, Mr. Earp.
Good night, Jeannie.
Good night.
She's very sweet. Good night.
Thank you.
Stupid cowhands. Yeah, they didn't get that actor away fast enough. Earp jumped him at the stage door.
When do we try it again, Jeff?
Well, tomorrow night if Harlow's got the guts to put on another show. But no cowhands this time. Let them start the rumpus. And you boys grab Harlow, put him on a horse, and head for the Douglas Avenue Bridge. Earp will ride to the rescue, and we've got him.
Harlow again.
Wonder if that no-good child-beating murderer gets murdered, or does he murder the king?
He better get murdered.
Hi, White. Hiya, Marshal. All right, hold it down, hold it down. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, some of you folks out there in the audience took the play too seriously. Now, just in case you haven't read today's Eagle or were told by your bartender, I'm going to repeat a mild warning. Now, this stage up here belongs to Mr. Harlow and his actors, and nobody else, and that includes everybody out there. Now, if anybody tries to climb up on this stage except the actors, or tries to make any unnecessary noises, you're going to get buffaloed. The law says you'll stay in jail for 30 days. Now, me and my deputies are going to be sitting in the front row, so all of you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the play.
And now, on with the play.
6,000 men approached to seize my castle and my kingdom. And I, alone and deserted. My life is like this piece of cord. It had its beginning. It must inevitably have an ending.
Now, what could be fairer than that?
And yet, a king must sleep, restless with the burden of his own crown. For on this day, I did but hearken to such tales of woe from my poor subjects that death, not sleep, would such a blessing be. But hold, my wretched life is precious to my people. True, true. For when the last ruddy drop escapes the cup, what then? Moncrief is king. Aye, Moncrief, my nephew, so steeped in evil as to mock my name and make his own name a terror in the kingdom. Moncrief. His name to squeak like the gallows rope, like the screw that turns the rack. Moncrief. His name doth rhyme with grief, that word so cruel and so forlorn. But why do I think of this? For I am old. 'Tis far better to dodder and to drowse and to sleep.
Now, don't you go to sleep, King.
No, Harlow's coming to dry gulch you.
Why don't we beat him to the drum?
Beat him. Get on, get him now.
He snores. The old fool snores. And this his last farewell to life. No battle cry,
No gallant jest. Not even a seemly prayer. 'Tis well. For what is left of this life, I mean to nudge across the sticks with a bare pot.
Hey, gang, wake up! Wake up, wake up.
Come on,
wake
wake
up!
Wake up. Nor by night a toothless cackle by day. Years lie cold in the very blood of him. Too long the frost has gathered on his beating heart. It labors feebly now in a sheet of ice. Well, old man, thou art mostly dead.
Quiet, quiet! If you people continue to act like this, we'll never have a theater in Wichita.
It's no use. We'll have to give them their money back again tonight.
Mr. Harlow, I know who's behind this now. We'll talk about it later.
Well, we sure are going to jail. Come on. Come on.
Don't shoot, Marshal.
Now, you were there, you saw what happened.
Yep.
I thought it was just cowhand stupidity. But the men that tried to grab Harlow tonight trail with Pruitt and his gang.
Simmer down, my
No,
friend.
not this time. I promised Harlow I'd protect him. I didn't.
You kept Jeff's men from giving him a good dose of tar and feathers.
That's not the point.
Now, Wyatt, whether Pruitt caused the trouble or not, Harlow is partly responsible.
How do you figure that?
You can't play Christopher Marlowe to a bunch of cowhands. I know the poor fellow's broke and his company's stranded here, but he should never have attempted death to the king.
That's still not the point.
Well, what is the point?
Handful of drunken cowhands and Pruitt's men are trying to close a music hall. That's the point.
Well, it seems to me they've succeeded.
Well, they can't let him get away with it.
What are you going to do?
If they do get away with it, I might as well turn in this star.
Wyatt, you're mad and upset.
You're darn right I'm mad and upset. I don't like giving my word to a man and then not being able to keep it. But the main reason is nobody puts anything over on me. I'm the marshal, and the marshal can't afford to let him get away with that. You know that. He's through.
All right, go ahead and arrest Jeff Pruitt. That show of his your clothes was filthy. I'll back you up on that.
What's it going to do? What good? The music hall would still be closed, and Harlow and his actors would still be flat broke.
All right, we can take up a collection.
I've already done that.
Huh?
My deputies arrested 23 men tonight. I gave them the choice of kicking in $10 apiece or being arrested for disorderly conduct, so they all kicked in. $230 worth.
It's mighty irregular. Oh, but I approve. Yes, I do. I approve.
Thanks.
Wasn't that enough to get Harlow and his company back to their next stand?
Wyatt, Mr. Harlow's here.
Oh, good. Send him in.
Come in, Mr. Harlow.
Mr. Harlow, I believe you've met Mr. Murdoch, the editor of the Wichita Eagle.
Yes, he gave me a very nice notice in his paper. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Harlow. I guess I'd better run along. You two will want to talk.
No, wait. I want you to hear what I have to say. Mr. Harlow, how much would it cost to get your troop out of town?
Oh, no, we couldn't accept that. We'll find jobs and try to save another stake.
Well, this happens to be a free will donation made by the cowhands that tried to break up your show tonight. That sound better?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much will it cost?
Well, $200 or $300 ought to pay our bills here and get us back to Kansas City.
Kansas City, huh? And what play would you do there?
The Tale of Two Cities.
By Charles Dickens.
Yes, I made the serial story into a play.
The audience like it?
Oh, they love it, Marshal. Our top box office attraction, all through the East.
Well, if you had the sets, is there any reason why you couldn't play it here?
Here? After what happened
Now,
to
look,
us?
Mr. Harlow, I want to keep the music hall open. Now, wouldn't you like to have another chance at Wichita?
Frankly,
Frankly, Mr. Harlow is scared, and I don't blame him.
All right. There's your money.
Now, that's a sensible solution. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Murdoch.
And, Wyatt, you'll feel better in the morning.
Sure. Mr. Harlow, what kind of a character do you play in Tale of Two Cities?
I play Sidney Carton, a great heroic role. I change places with the husband of the woman I love. I go to the guillotine in his stead. Do you think they'd boo me here for that?
I think Mr. Murdoch's probably right. Gotta try it in Kansas City.
But you want me to play it in Wichita. Why?
For purely personal and selfish reasons, Mr. Harlow.
Still, why?
I took a licking tonight. I promised you'd finish your play without any trouble. My job, you can't afford to be licked.
Neither can I, Mr. Earp. You wouldn't have any objections, would you, if I used this money to fix up a set for the Dickens play?
I can't think of a one.
See you at the music hall tomorrow night.
Wyatt, wake up. Hey, take it easy. It's just me.
Did you find anything new on the saloon beat?
Yep. Pruitt got drunk over at Rowdy Cates and talked too much. He says he's going to let this new show run without any trouble, and then he's going to grab Harlow before the curtain goes down.
Oh, what's he got against Harlow?
Nothing. Except he figures that you're going after Harlow. He's bragging that he's going to bushwhack you. He's going to take your guns away and beat you up with his fists.
Hey, that's good. Almost too good to be true. Are you sure?
Rowdy Kate passed me the word. She hasn't lied to us yet.
I trust her. Go get Brick. We gotta plan this carefully.
Right.
Allie! Come, my dear. You have given life great courage. Give death an equal bravery. For death is nobler than life.
Allie!
I can bear it for myself, Mr. Carton. But for you,
No, my child.
why must you sacrifice your life for them? Why?
Charles Darnay is a good man. I have loved his wife, Lucy, with the one pure affection God has granted me in this world. And their child.
Allie!
In sparing little Lucy's life, I gain a child of my own. Is all that not worth a few moments out there?
Let me go first, Mr. Carton.
No, my darling. You are friendless and alone. If you went first, I might lose you. His angels might hurry you away.
Oh, but I would wait. I promise, Mr. Carton. I love you.
How fortunate we are. We meet in prison, and by chance of numbers, we are together now.
Say you love me, Mr. Carton. Just a little.
More than a little. In the light of eternity, your soul should be bright and beautiful.
Beautiful?
The loveliest young lady who has come from France. And even I, a weakling, a wastrel, and a rogue. If my prayers be answered, I too shall be pleasing in his sight.
Oh, you will, you will.
Sidney Cotton.
But a few moments now, and I'll have you in my arms again. Think this of me. It is a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest I go to than I have ever known.
Allie!
Marshal Earp, those men, they grabbed my papa. Stop them, stop them.
Hold up here. Get him off of there. You boys get these horses out of sight. Get down off of there. Our Earp will be along soon because a lot of people saw the way we went. And I want you to walk right around in a little circle in this road. And don't run out on us. If you do, we're going to shoot you down. Understand?
Mr. Harlow, glad to see you're not hurt.
I said I'd get you alone. I'm sorry, Mr. Herb. You're going to be a lot sorrier. Get his gun.
All right, Pruitt, it's your turn. Lift him, all of you.
Now, come on, drop him. Get him. Come on, get those guns down. Get him up. Come on, get over here, all of you. Hurry up.
Are you going to shoot me, huh? No. Keep your guns on the rest of them. Mr. Pruitt's first. You wanted a fist fight, didn't you?
Not with your deputy shooting me in the back.
Don't worry, they won't. You stay out of this.
Right.
Watch it.
This is what I've been wanting. Now get up.
You can't wait, can you? Come on, get up.
Come on, Pruitt. Get up, Pruitt.
Come on. Come on.
Swing, Buster. That's it.
Get up. You ain't hurt. Get up.
No, mister. You whipped him.
You're next. Push him out. Shove him over here.
No.
No.
Stop him. Stop him.
Come on. What's the matter? You heard Pruitt brag I couldn't fight with anything with my guns. Well, come on.
No, come to your senses, man. You'll kill him. Get out of it. This ain't my fight, Herb.
It is now.
Quiet. Please, Mr. Herb.
You better get him over to Fabric's office. I'm sorry. Mr. Al, I try to stay out of fistfights. Gun's less personal, and I don't get so mad.
I can't fight with my fists or a gun. But if I had to fight you, I'd sure choose a gun.
How'd Tale of Two Cities go?
Oh, tremendous. I missed 5 curtain calls at least.
Great. You'll run forever. In Wichita, that means about 2 nights. You better climb aboard.
Aren't you riding back?
No. We'll take a little walk. I'll see you in town.
When cowboys were robbed and murdered for money won at the Keno House, Wichita's popular Cowtown casino, they became suspicious of the owner and his gamblers. To find out who was trailing and robbing the Cowboys, Wyatt Earp began making the Keno House his special beat.
Everybody drink Frank!
Evening, Wyatt. I was just about to send for you.
Got a heavy winner, huh?
Yeah. Puncher named Roy Blake. Just cashed in over 1,000.
You talked to him?
Didn't do any good. Said he could take care of himself. Said he'd like to see any Wichita stick-up artist try to take that money off him.
Hey, Roy, what are you going to do with all your money? I'm going to take it back to Texas. That's what I'm going to do. Real patriotic. Oh, hey, quiet. Roy himself has got a few words to say. I'm going to spend this money on breeding stock. I'm going to give myself a spread of my own. Hear that, boys? Let's think through a future cattle king.
Ooh. I don't want no more to drink. I better be getting back to camp.
Sure, Simp here and me will come right along. See that you get back safe.
Yeah, sure.
Shorty. Simp, old friend, I don't need no help. I can take care of myself.
No, you're carrying a payload. You need protection.
I need protection, boys. I have to have a bodyguard for all this money I want. Frankie, good luck, boys. Break the bank.
Watch it, boy.
This one I'll watch myself.
Real pals, real friendly. That's what I'm gonna have. And here's my old pal. Oh, I'll buy a drink for your horse. Come on, get out of here. Let's go out to the ranch. I'm gonna buy something for everybody, boys. Come on, Sim, let's get up there. Rock riders, let's go. Come on, let's
Marshal.
Morning.
Yes, you're up early.
I haven't been to bed yet. Been riding trail on a lucky cowhand.
Oh, Blake?
Yep.
Yeah, we weren't at the Keno house, but we heard about him.
Yeah, I figure he's safe now. He's across the creek.
Must have reached camp and broke the news.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll see you boys back in town.
Marshal! Marshal!
Blake's been killed. That's the shots we heard when we was talking. You seemed kind of interested a while ago, Marshal, so I thought maybe you'd like to see for yourself.
Come on, show me.
Come.
Where'd you find him?
Marshal was showing considerable interest a while ago. I let him see for himself. Got any idea who might have done him in, Mr. Earp?
Aren't you the two who left town with Blake?
What do you mean by that, mister?
Simp, I'll do the talking. Sure, we were with Blake. We rode this side of the creek with him. He headed for his camp, we headed for ours.
Did you hear the shot?
Sure. We hot-footed it back here and found him right where he is now.
You see anybody else?
No. Some of the rest of the boys started drifting up about that time.
I followed Blake as far as the creek. I figured he didn't need any more protection once he got the other side, among the camps, among his own friends. But the way things are beginning to look now, you boys are being bushwhacked by your own pals.
Thought you were here to help us, Mr. Earp. Sounds now like you're accusing us.
Why don't you go back to town where you belong? We don't need your help.
Well, whether you need it or not don't make any difference. You're gonna get it.
All right, Earp. Why don't you start off by trying to arrest me?
Sim! You better take your friend down to the creek and cool him off.
For once Mr. Earp here is among us as a friend. Least you can do is give him a chance.
Cody's right, Simp. For once, we'll have to assume the marshal's acting in good faith. What do you propose to do first, Mr. Earp?
I don't know yet. I'm not so sure I'd tell if I did. But so far, every man that's been murdered and robbed never had much of a chance to put up a fight. Every one of them got it closer to Cowskin Creek than they did to Wichita.
Meaning?
Meaning he must have thought he was among friends when he was killed. Think it over.
Mr. Earp here?
Yeah, he's right over there.
Mr. Earp? Remember me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure, but I never did get your name, though.
Jeff Burns.
Please.
Could I see you alone?
Yeah, hey, fellas, let us have the room for a minute, will you?
Yeah, sure.
Getting any place with the robbers?
No. That's probably because the Keno house hasn't dropped any jackpots lately.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I got an idea.
Hmm?
It's simple. All you need is another big winner over there. If the bait's big enough, it ought to bring the robbers out.
Yeah, well, I thought of that, but trouble is I can't find anybody to qualify for the job. Anybody from town look just like what it is, a setup. Needs a trail riding cowhand.
I know. That's why I'm volunteering.
Why the sudden change? The morning at the creek, I had a feeling the boys were suspecting me.
Well, I guess we feel about it like this. Fighting cowmen might come pretty easy to you, Earp. But robbing them, well, that's something else again.
Thanks.
Welcome. How do I get the job?
You know what you're getting into? Those killers never leave any witnesses, you know.
Earp, just like you, I figure these killers are in our camp. And to me, that's worse than if some Yankee were taking us. It's like treason. You want to get your bare hands on snakes like them.
Okay, Callahan, you got the job. Let me give you a warning. Don't tell anybody about this.
I won't.
I mean that. You understand?
Sure do. I really do.
Seven wins.
Seven again. Well, I guess I win again.
It's your night, Jeff. It sure ain't mine.
I'm making no apology, Shorty. It's been a long time coming.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Feel kind of sorry for that cowhand. Came in here in his first drive this spring and almost broke the bank. Been trying to repeat it ever since. Beats me, though, where he catches the money to keep trying. Evening, Wyatt.
Mr. Rupp. You all set?
Yeah. He'll be cashing in soon. When he does, he'll be paid off with the marked money.
You win again.
Well, that's it, dealer. I think I'll quit while I'm still ahead.
Your lucky night.
Big winners, huh?
You bet. Those are not all the chips he's cashed.
That's what you get for being lucky.
Wyatt. I'm just lending this money in the interest of clean government. I expect it back.
I'll do what I can, Mr. Rupp.
Well, what if things go wrong?
You mean if the robbers do get away with it?
Yeah, who's going to pay?
Guess I'll just have to spend about 5 summers working it out.
Thank you, cashier. Thank you very much. Come on, boys, step up to the bar. Name it.
Come on.
Let's have a drink whenever you want. My money. How about a drink, Mr. Rupp?
Oh, thanks.
Everybody.
Shorty?
Yeah?
You lose all the money tonight?
Difference does it make? We'll have some more pretty soon.
Thinking all the money we'd have if you wasn't gambling all the time.
Shh. Here comes somebody.
How do we know Jeff's gonna be alone? Maybe we should have robbed that one.
Because he wasn't with his bunch tonight. He was by himself. Chances are he'll ride back to camp by himself. You got something better to do, maybe?
I didn't mean nothing, Shorty. Stop picking on me.
And stop being at me. That looks like him. Well, we're going to make sure. Get off your horse.
Why?
Get off! Sam, you stay here and keep me covered. That's you, Jeff?
Who is it?
Shorty Dawson.
In trouble?
Simp's horse. He's got the colic or something. You know anything about sick animals?
Not much.
All right, get your hands on away from your gun. Simp! Get his gun. Okay, Simp, get him off the road. Get over there! Hey-ya! Sorry to trick you, Jeff, but we mean business.
Yeah, I see you do.
Get down. All right. Put the money in these saddlebags.
I've seen some pretty low humans in my time, Shorty, but this beats them all.
Yeah, it takes all kinds, don't it, Jeff? Search him, Semp. Make sure he didn't miss anything.
Ain't nothing left.
Semp here is always wanting to be a gunman with a big reputation. Only he ain't fast enough. But he gets a big boot out of pretending he is. With me, it's different. I don't like killing. It's all yours, Semp. See you up the road. One again, eh, Semp?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, right through the head.
You're improving. Well, let's get along.
I knew it. That other fellow heard the shooting.
All right, get off the road and head for camp.
Hey, yeah.
Horse left the trail here. Did you find Jeff?
Never seen it.
Oh, you check the trail up there. I'll get into this. Come on.
Glad to see you alive and kicking, Jeff.
How bad is it? All he lost was some hair. The bullet knocked him out.
Well, the one I was after stopped running, played it smart. I figured I'd better check with you and then take up the trail first thing come daylight.
You won't have to look very far. Shorty Dawson and Sim Sheldon. If they think I'm dead, they'll be back in camp with their outfit same as usual in the morning.
Now, come on, we'll get you back to town and get a fresh start tomorrow.
When this outfit moves, me and Semp are going to move with it. Month's enough time to see the sights of Wichita and lose all your dough.
Yeah. Hey, who's that? I don't know. Middle one looks like Jeff Burns.
Sure does.
It is Jeff.
Hey, it is Jeff. Who's that other guy?
There they are, those two. Shorty and Semp. You, take their guns. They're under arrest. Those two robbed me last night and shot me up. They're the ones who've been knocking us cowboys off for the last month.
You're hard to convince. Take a look in Shorty's saddlebag. The money he stole is marked in the corners with Whitey Rupp's initials.
He's right. There's a WR marked in the corner.
Now take the guns like I told you.
Sure beats all, don't it, boys? Harboring rattlers right under our own blankets? Why, even a coyote don't hunt its own kind.
That'll do, Jeff. We come here to arrest him, not talk him to death. If the prisoners wouldn't mind, climb on your horses and we'll head back to town.
You're our game, Wyatt. You're not gonna have them. You know how I feel.
And you'll have to swallow your feelings, Jeff. I'm taking them in. Get on those horses. Jimmy, start herding them back to town.
All right, hold it.
I think you know better than to make any gunplay, Jeff.
All right, Herb. But it's not because I'm afraid of you. It's because you're here as kind of a friend. And this cow camp, rough as it is home. And nobody likes to mess up his home with dead visitors.
I appreciate your hospitality, Jeff. Come on, get him going.
Herb, it's only fair to warn you. As soon as word gets around to the other camps about this, there won't be a jail big enough to hold them two. And we'll be coming in to get them.
I hope you don't.
All there?
Oh, every dollar, Wyatt. I'm telling you, sir, every businessman in town ought to be grateful for what you've done.
Wyatt?
The cowhands are gathering on the creek like they're fixing to raid the town.
Huh? Mr. Rupp, do you mind if I use your place for a meeting?
Meeting? What for?
I want to find out just how grateful you businessmen will be when I ask you to start shooting your best customers.
Well, what's up? What do you mean?
Thanks. Knew you wouldn't mind.
A meeting? Now, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Not just yet, John. There's a meeting going on inside.
I don't see why we should run headlong into trouble. By your own admission, these criminals were caught red-handed. So let the cowhands have them. Above all, we don't want to bite the hand that feeds us.
Much as this town needs the cowhands' business, Wyatt's right. We can't let them put this over on us.
Look, when I first took this job, you offered me a posse and I turned it down. Now I need a show of force and I'm asking for it. Do I get it or don't I?
You know where I stand, Wyatt.
Me too. And I sure have a lot to lose.
How about you? How about the rest of the businessmen?
They're not here. I suppose that means they're on the fence.
Well, if I don't get enough men, I'll go out there alone. And gentlemen, if I do that, I'm through. I'll either resign or I'll be dead.
Which in either event will leave us entirely to the mercy of the mob. Is that what you men want? Then I'll close my newspaper as of now. The one record I'll never print is the day that Wichita turned yellow.
Now, just a minute, Murdoch. I didn't exactly say I wouldn't. Well, what are we waiting for? Come on, let's go talk to the rest of the businessmen.
Well, at least now we'll get an answer.
Hi, boys. Welcome to Wichita.
Stand aside, Wyatt. You know what we're here for.
Sure, I know what you're here for. You're here to have fun. That's exactly what you're going to get, Jeff. Any way you want it. And they're all your friends ready to give it to you. The merchants, restaurant owners, saloon keepers. Each of them with just one aim in life, and that's to give you gents anything you want. So it's up to you, Jeff. You and your friends.
What do you mean it's up to us?
Whether you come into town with guns or without them. If you want to come with them, you have to come shooting. Today you got a choice.
We didn't figure the whole town would turn on us, Jeff. This is different.
You heard the marshal. How do you vote?
No use running head on into a militia. Them two robbers just ain't worth the risk.
Everybody feel the same way?
Yeah! Come on, fellows, let's have fun.
Where do you want us to leave the guns, Wyatt?
Just drop your belts in the street, Jeff. You can pick them up at the Texas house on the way out of town. Come on, boys, give me a hand. After what just blew past, street cleaning's gonna look like nice, pleasant work.
You're so right, Wyatt.